There we go. Yeah? Maybe? Maybe now? Can y'all hear my beautiful voice? The power went out yesterday and it killed like everything. So I was kind of worried that my mic was dead, but it appears to be alive. I don't know. God, I'm just so exhausted.
You look radiant with that blue background Antisera TV.
Which is crazy too
Antisera
because
love.
it's purple and I haven't changed any of the lighting with how it's been, right? Well, I mean, I guess technically I was tinkering around with the settings, like what was that, Tuesday? So maybe I didn't even mess with anything. I wonder if I like move around.
There we go. The sound of an angel.
Is it focusing? But Hive, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Retsu, thank you so much for the raid. Insanity, thank you for being a tier 3 sub for 23 months. Thank you. PR, thank you for the bits. Retsu, thank you so much for being a tier 3 sub for 26 months. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Be you love lovely as always. What's your secret? Blood, tears, and souls?
Turn the volume up. Outlaw, how are you? Pack, what's up? What crazy place are you in now? Outlaw, we've missed you. Where have you been? Where are you? What's up, Roku? What's up, Farillis? What's up, Mesa? What's up, LG? I've had one hell of a week. And I had such an aggravating day today. Like, my anger is still so high. I am
anyone
so
told you
upset.
today how special you are? How funny,
Elite
smart, and
What's up?
beautiful you are? 'Cause you are.
That's
Happy
so
16 months,
sweet.
Antisera. Love, Antisera Smoochie.
PR, that is so sweet of you. Thank you. I have had such a rough day. Oh
Story
my
time.
god.
This girl told me to meet her for lunch today. She sent me the place and I checked and it was closed. And I was like, hey, it's closed, and she was like, no. Google and Yelp says it's open, and I check.
Is it
And
not
both
playing the other
Google
half?
and Yelp both say closed, and I'm like, this a trap. But
This a
Hive
trap,
gonna risk
Hive?
it 'cause he craves affection. I
Oh
put on my
my
nicest shirt, cut my nails. I even used my Tom Ford self-look cologne.
I like that it was a sampler cologne. Hey, hi, that sounds epic. How did it
Botanica,
go?
You're so in trouble.
I must know.
I was in a third world country 2 days ago and moved heaven and earth to get a fast internet connection. But instead of listening to an intelligent, beautiful Argentinian, I got to FaceTime.
Oh, why you can't keep a girlfriend? Oh. Those are always
Ruby,
bad
let's
conversations,
hear that
right?
Latin fire.
Pack, thank you for the bits. Insanity, thank you for the bits.
I
Hi.
don't wanna talk about it.
Oh
Understood.
no, hi, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Nemesis, what's up? How are you, Nemesis? 2 years, Eric, that is insane. Thank you so much for being a sub for 24 months. Nemesis, I'm still here because of you. I'm keeping your deal.
Hive, I am still here cause of you. I am keeping my deal. B package sent. Arrives Monday. It is literally the most prized things ever.
I am so excited to see what it is.
2 years with you, beautiful B.
Wallace,
Where did the time go?
go? Dagishta, thank you so much for being a sub for 30 months. Thank you, that's insane. Carl, thank you for the bits. Retsu, thank you for the bits.
I think I'm a settle on the nickname Kai B.
Joseph,
it means
what's up?
small and cute.
Oh, Chibi! I get it. That's so cute.
Well,
B's in a
now that
spicy
B's
mood?
in a spicy mood, I'm going mobile gentle lurk.
I have been so upset today. So angry. I almost like didn't know if I could stream. I was so angry. I rarely get that angry.
My therapist told me to write a letter to people I hate and burn them to help with my anger issues. I did that and now I'm in the hospital along with the 19 people I hate and I have a stack of letters.
Insanity. Thank you for the bits. Outlaw, how's the hand? Like from fencing? Is that what you're referencing? It's quite better now. I would say that it's not up to par as how it used to be, but I mean it's still not bad for sure. I need to just need to breathe.
I'm sorry you had a rough day, but don't be upset. I have so much to share.
So much to share, PR? Like, news-wise? I want to hear this. Exciting. Ashton, welcome to the stream. We're so happy to have you here, and thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Bozo. Oh, I remember you, Kenny. Yes, I remember you. How have you been? How are you? Insanity, when's the last time you went fencing? It has been a while. You know, I actually can't recall. It's been quite a while.
Hive broke laws for me to show up and pause the strike for a day.
I'm so tired.
I have been angry too. Let's take it out on each other.
Is it work that's making you angry? What's making you angry, Wallace?
Definitely figured out the next care package. Just gotta get it all together.
Zesty, you're so sweet. I'm still like so in awe over your drawing. It's so crazy. Eduardo, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate you. I feel like my blood pressure is so high. I am so angry. I'm just so agitated. And like what happens is that sometimes people just like astound me when it comes down to the things that people say in a work setting. I mean, it just blows my mind. Trill, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Rao, how are you doing?
I didn't tell you. The good news is I'm getting a raise.
Getting a raise?
I've been really applying myself at work and I'm getting an 8% raise. So that's good news at least. I wish I had a pretty girl to spend it on now, but
that is so exciting. Hi. Congratulations.
Well,
I'm so proud of you.
To give you cooking recipes very seriously.
Well, that's exciting because I need that, especially after today. Like I need something to
I'm gonna
like,
have to do another one to keep in my actual portfolio.
Go for it. You can always draw me, Zesty. I'm always honored.
Did they call you a CUMCWAT?
Kumquat. Kuro, thank you so much for the bed. No, it's... I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to explain this right, but it was like one thing just adding on top of another.
I know the perfect target for your rage. It's chunky, crazy, fairly ugly. Give it a guess? Psych, it's me. Take your anger out on me. Punish me, mommy.
Insanity, thank you for the bits. Thank you, thank you. Pack, thank you so much for the bits.
Fencing question. My cousin is a hobbit too. Most of my family is 5 feet 2 inches or under. What blade size would you recommend? She's interested in it and I want to buy her lessons.
I would recommend 42. A 42 because that's the shortest you can go for competition.
What's wrong? You are absolutely loved. But please do tell and I'll help you with whatever advice I may have. Antisera love.
That's for a rapier. For if she's gonna do foil or epee or something like that, I don't know on that standpoint because I don't use those. 14 of them sent to you.
3 of them are with others. You have 2 already and 1 was lost to the USPS.
14 of them sent to you. 3 of them are with others. You have 2 already.
I think I sent you about half a dozen recipes already and just ordered 2 more cookbooks.
Luke, thank you so much for the bits. Wallace, thank you so much for the bits. I am gonna do what you requested, Wallace. I am gonna do it. I am. Dude, don't you worry. PR, thank you so much for the bits.
Everyone on Hive's chat say it's okay to bonk a girl in the head and kidnap her. Not like this everyone except at Exanimus GG, that is. Tell them it's awful.
Crafting, thank you so much for the bits. Colorado, welcome to the stream. We're so happy to have you. What is up? How are you? Zesty.
Are you suggesting I do an entire series of portraits? Cause I'll do it. Though I'll have to raid your IG unless you want to provide reference photos.
Zesty, thank you so much for the bits. You guys know I actually felt super tall today because I was wearing heels in the lab. So actually, it turns me like a normal height. What's up, Ostrich? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Katrina, welcome. How are you?
Definitely rapier, thank you. Is that what you use or bigger because you're experienced? 42. And I'm in Marseille for the weekend, but was in Dakar until yesterday.
That is insane. That's crazy. Yes, if it's gonna be rapier, I would recommend 42. That's the lowest competition length you can go.
Salad makes you easier to kidnap.
Carl, thank you for the bits. Thank you.
Buttercup, how was your day? We are always here to listen.
So
how was the sushi dinner and did you eat enough to drop?
Dinner yesterday with my cousin was amazing. I really enjoyed it.
Oh crap, so I forgot I'm going on a vacation this weekend. It will be filled with shame, debauchery, disappointment, and I finally got some hillbilly mountain juice, aka moonshine. Party time.
Don't hurt yourself, Insanity. Don't hurt yourself. Come on now.
How's the mental health be? Love you.
You know, it's always a struggle, but hey, we're all here, right? I'm making progress. It's all good. Thank you so much for the bits. Loud, what's up? How are you? PR, thank you so much for the bits.
Only half a dozen so far. All Spanish-style foods until I can make you the perfect ramen.
That's epic! PR, that sounds so cool. Gangster, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Retsu, thank you so much for the bit. Might get sued by the old landlord, or you're gonna sue the old landlord?
Well, short news update. Might get sue old landlord.
What an
about
update!
To quit job
Jesus.
And got Twitch affiliate lol.
That was like one hell of a really short update,
Let's not
right?
talk about that anymore. I want to make you smile today and help let go of the anger.
Wallace, thank you for the bits. I'm so angry.
No promises. If I can make a highlight reel, I will send it to you, ha 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 ha.
Insanity, thank you for the bits. Thank you. Block, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, so with work, it was just, I guess things just kind of like snowballed, like one thing after another, and it's sometimes too, it's like sometimes things can be drawn out because people don't fully understand what they're supposed to do, so you have to like take time and have patience to explain things to people, right? And so that's very time consuming, but whenever you're doing things like that, it also prolongs other things, and other things get neglected. Berta, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you so much. And so with, oh my gosh, with my job, there's quite a few people who like got let go recently, and so there's a lot of missing pieces that are like core pieces for this place to like function properly. So not only am I like in a position of leadership, but now also too there's so many things that I have to get done. So
even
not
though you
only
look
that,
so cute when you're angry, I much prefer your smile. Antisera, love Antisera smoochies.
PR, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. And it's just so sad. It's just like very sad, just overall. But anyways, I feel like everybody has one of these types of people. There's this one person in particular who has been there for like, let's say 33 years or something crazy. And so people who have been there for a very long period of time sometimes have this type of complex that they're like untouchable and they can say whatever they want to say. And it's like, look, like I understand that you've been here longer than I have, but in the grand scheme of things, that's still inappropriate. And you still have to understand like your role to play here and my role to play here. And she was just so freaking out of line. Like I could not believe it. And so I responded. Well, I'm happy with how I responded, but I definitely shut her down really hard. And I don't usually say things like that are relatively like firm and like aggro, but I had no choice.
I'm so sorry, but I can't help but imagine a chihuahua when you say you get angry. It's too cute.
Trustworthy, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Insanity, thank you so much for the bits. HD, thank you so much for the follow. Nikki, what's up? How are you? Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. We miss you, Nikki. How are you? Hive, thank you so much for the donation.
Baby, less than 3, I'm homesick, but I finally get to see your stream, so I'm happy.
Mocha, what's up?
Also.
How are you, Mocha?
Work people suck sometimes.
We do need to play fast mode. That is true. That was like most hated statement somebody's ever said to me.
Amazing, except for that eyelash right there. F that one brings you down to a 9 4/10.
I don't know if any of you guys know what he's referencing, but I can go into that in a little bit. That's just like a random statement for people who don't get the reference.
Just swinging through to say happy
Mocha,
second
thank
anniversary.
you so much for being a sub for 24 months.
We
Thank you,
for old time's sake. Love you, BB.
Nikki, we've missed you. Mocha, we've missed you.
Is the drama also because you're trying to change things? And resource balancing is always challenging during a transition period.
What's up,
Are
Slick?
You getting
How are
extra
you?
issues because your age, adorableness?
Yes. It's definitely because of age. I know that wholeheartedly.
Will there be a rage run? Then we know someone upset the buttercup. Bianca, thank God you have us to entertain and make you laugh.
I know, you're telling
Always
me.
Keep that smile,
Thank
little
goodness.
kumquat. You make every day special for us. Did you?
Little kumquat. A little kumquat.
You are the beauty in the darkness. The missing piece that all have looked for to complete their hearts. Don't go it alone. Everyone is here for you always and forever.
That is so sweet. Wallace, thank you so much. That is so sweet. Eeyore, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. God, my eyes were like watering all day today. I think I'm on the verge of just like barely needing a new prescription, I think is the issue that I'm having here.
So these people
Zesty,
don't like reporting to an
bits.
84-year-old?
No, they don't. Not at all. Well, the majority of everybody is okay. There's one person in particular who's not.
Cause I can make a hormone. Poke lululul pog lululul.
Doris, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Kuro, thank you for the bits. Insanity, thank you for the bits. Bozo, love your headphones. Thank you so much. LG, I got in trouble at school for calling one of the other physics students a kumquat jokingly because they didn't know the difference between fission and fusion. It's a long story short.
Do you need me to send the army of ninjas? I will do it.
Carol, thank you for the bit. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Is the age thing because you're so old? I didn't think 84 would be too old for research.
It was so absurd. Like, I wish I had it recorded and I could like play it back for you guys. There's just one person in particular who has been there for like 33 years, something crazy. And so this person is also, their role is not to be a nurse, but they are a nurse as well in addition to their role. But her role is still, I manage that role. So I am over that. And so there's this one portion of area, right, where it has like all of the office suites. And so her office, like there's like a group of them that are all in one office and it's like right next to my office. And so anyways, she ended up, I guess, getting upset over me having like my own office, which was given to me when I was hired for the position anyways, and I actually need it. Like this is actually my area. Plus, I mean, I am technically her boss as well. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous. 420, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate you. So anyways, somehow today, she just was in a terrible mood somehow. And she ended up freaking out. And then she tried to tell me that, like, I can't have that office. I can't sit there. She was upset because, like, I have a window. My office is, like, much nicer. And then hers is kind of like, they have like little cubicle things inside this one office. So she just like flipped out and she's like, listen, little girl, like I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be. And she just like tried to tear me up one side and down the other. So the entire time, like I'm just standing there like listening to this. I'm in awe the entire time that she's talking. And she's like she ends it with like, you know, any questions? And I was like, yes, actually. I was like, my question is how you think your seniority supersedes my authority. Can you answer that for me? No? Well, when you figure it out, get back to me, because I'm dying to know.
Told you I love you in every universe, even on the dark days. You carry all the weight of the world on your shoulders. But we got you. Would go AWOL for you.
Wallace, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Did you tell her that SCRBS get the crappy office in the back? Know your role, LMAO.
Carl, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did she get back to you? No, she had no response. I guess nobody had ever called her on it, but I mean, I laughed at the end of it because what are you gonna say? You know? What are you gonna say? At the end of the day, like who signs off on your hours, right? Like who signs off on your paycheck? That's what I thought. You know, it's just ridiculous. For you to stand face to face with me and to talk to me like that,
OMG.
that's so unprofessional.
Thank God you're a nurse. Did you have to take care of her after that savage burn?
PR, thank you so much for the bits. But I mean, it just blows me away because some people are like, well, I've been here for forever. I don't give a shit. I don't care. You know, I mean, you need to assimilate to everyone else. Like, this should be a calm and relaxing and a team environment. You do not come in here and you do not talk to me like that. I have no idea who you think you are, but you're not the person you think you are.
Did she apologize or back down? Is there a worry about any long-term political implications in your organization or worry about any backstabbing?
No, I won this argument. Like, hardcore won it. Pac, thank you so much for the bits.
You should put her in her place and bang her husband, then her son, then her dad, then fire her.
Oh my god, I am savage. Savage, savage. Oh my god. Mocha, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you.
I feel you be kinda in the same situation. Recently promoted and over some folks with more seniority. I'm sorry, boo, that you didn't do the latter, but here we are lol.
Oh my god, Mocha, isn't it so aggravating? It just blows me away.
And wait, you have your own office? And it have a window for me to lurk under? You're only telling
Crowley,
me this
welcome
now.
to the stream. We're so happy to have you here. How are you? Yeah, lurk out of the window.
B language. Use more of it.
Oh my god, it pissed me off so much because like I didn't want to have to tell you off. But also too, it's like I don't know who you possibly think you are. Do speak to me that way. Kaden, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And in all honesty, if she would have caught me on a different day, I probably would have just laughed and then walked away. But I mean, it's been so many things. It's like I have so many things on my plate.
I feel you on that. I don't have the rank, but I have positional authority per my commander. Had to yell at a couple MSGTs the other day.
Oh man, Wallace, I couldn't even imagine the type of dynamics that you have to deal with. I'm sure that is extremely, extremely stressful. I am sure. And so anyways, she couldn't respond to me after I said that. So she ends up going to my boss, which is the director, which is another thing too. It's like I'm directly under the director. Like anybody you think that you wouldn't want to like get on their bad side, why would you go after me? It just doesn't make any sense. So anyways, she's like, all right. And so I had to discuss the situation and I explained it. And so what happened, like my boss came down there to talk to her in person too with me. It was like, listen, that's extremely out of line and like that will not be tolerated. It's like, well, you did it to yourself, you know? Like, I mean, you know, like you talk mess, you're so aggro, and then it burned you, not me. 947, thank you so much for the follow. Glax, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Pack, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you.
I completely understand. Been the youngest person in the room and the boss for years. It's challenging and you probably have another decade before it calms down a bit. Though growing in the gray recently is negating that for me a bit long.
Pack, thank you for the bits. And I know, and I get it. I get that I'm young, you know? But also too, it's like...
This woman living insanity's dream.
Wallace, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Lost her Christmas bonus. I mean, it just does not make any sense to me. And then, you know, it's like not only that, then I'm having issues with these other nurses as well. And it's like, what job have you ever had, where you would speak to your boss this way? I would never do something like that. What has possessed you to say these things? And you're lucky that I'm an extremely nice person and that we can sit down and we can discuss this stuff and we can talk about it, but why? Why so aggro? I'm not understanding. I would never in my wildest dreams do something like that or say something like that in a professional setting. It just blows me away. Yes, Ren, the audacity. I'm so speechless sometimes. So speechless. And I dealt with this stuff too when I was like charge nurse or when I was like the nurse manager and so forth. But then this is like a completely different dynamic because we have medicine, but we also have science, and then we also have these like coordinators and so forth. And it's just an entire mess of all these different like subsects, I guess. It was ridiculous. It is absolutely absurd and ridiculous. And then it's like in that person in particular, she's like, well, I'm a nurse and I've been here for 33 years. Okay, you might be a nurse, but you don't have my clinical background.
If she
right?
tries to be your best friend tomorrow, don't trust her and never accept food from her.
PR, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. God, I'm so irritated.
I'm so sorry you are getting these. My favorite is when they do the same thing and ask for my technical manager, architect. I usually just say, let me get him. Oh yeah, that's me.
Thank you for the bits. It is so aggravating.
Yeah, I have some people like that too. They try to tell me how to fix their cars, so all I do is say to them, if you're so goddamn smart, do it yourself. Why'd you call me anyways?
Eric, thank you for the bits. Thank you. Tello, thank you so much for the follow. Luke, thank you so much for the bits. Kuro, thank you for the bits. Pack, thank you for the bits. So irritating. So just like ridiculously aggravating. My goodness. Is it not reading it? Luke, it didn't read yours. Why?
Unless it's fried chicken, there is never a situation bad enough to not accept fried chicken.
I do love fried chicken.
So usually you don't care because you're gone after a few months. How is you staying there for years affecting how you think, act, or react?
I mean, that's a very good question, Pack. That is a very, very good question. And that is definitely a reason why I have to kind of like nip it in the bud, you know? Walk around with that knife, I said. Flawless.
Walk around with that knife I sent you at work. Become Captain Cut a Hoe.
Flawless.
I've only once had someone ask to see my manager while I was the only manager on staff for the day. I literally just turned in a circle, then reintroduced myself, lol.
Zesty, this is pretty epic. That was a very good response. Very good.
Oh B, I had a absolutely F-tier day Tuesday night. Homies led me through the woods for 2 hours only for me to miss them by 5 minutes. I was about to muzzle fudge their faces with extreme prejudice.
I do not understand any of that statement you have just said, Insanity. I am so confused.
P, it's my turn to change your mood for the better. All I can say is I'm proud of how you handled an unnecessary situation and you did it with class. Please don't be upset any longer as I'm here to give you a hug through the screen, Antisera.
Oh, Luke, that's so sweet. I mean, I don't know if I handled it the best way, but I'm
Speaking
still proud
of work,
of what I said.
I gotta go grab a bite before a
Luke,
meeting with my
you.
left coasters, but so glad I got to see your smiling face. Even if you are mad, Mocha love.
I'm hella mad, Mocha. I'm hella mad. Mocha, enjoy your dinner. I miss you so much, Mocha. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm hyperventilating and I need a specialized nurse to help me.
Gamer, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you. Kira, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're so happy to have you here. Hi, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you, thank you.
Excited to see how your leadership skills develop over this time and if they translate into keeping this motley crew of deviants in chat in order. It's why I say we can have Discord, cause we can't have these psychos get together.
That is quite true. It can be quite crazy, right? Kira, how's your day going?
So I binge watched all seasons of The Boys on Planes.
Awesome.
And the fact it's one of your go-to shows says a lot about you. It was epic. And more pieces to the puzzle that is B. May I ask some generic questions on your opinions on it?
Go for it, Pac. I will always talk The Boys. Neon, thank you so much for the follow. Alberta, thank you so much for the follow. Wallace, thank you for the bits. Dr. Doom, thank you so much for the follow. Hater! You made it to the stream, Hater. I figured you'd be at work. I figured this is your work portion. Wallace, I know you should go watch the clip of Hive eating Miracle Whip.
I know what you should do. Go watch the clip of Hive eating Miracle Whip. That will improve your mood.
That literally made me want to throw up. That literally caused me physical pain.
My queen, you look absolutely glamorous tonight. Antisera Smoochies wish I could hang out. But the world needs saving and there's only one hero left standing tonight.
Hater, thank you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and your shift and your time
Girl,
at work,
I had
Hater.
like 8 people get away from me at work and I was going to destroy them physically because they made me walk for 2 hours.
Welcome to the stream. We're so happy to have you here.
I didn't get dry till I drove home 5 hours later. Angry is an understatement.
They must have been fast AF, boy. Oh my god, Insanity. That sounds like a crazy Friday, like for real. My god. That is crazy. That is so crazy.
If you're hella mad, you need to take your rage out on NPCs. I usually go on GTA and destroy some cars.
Just GTA.
Which character do you most relate to or reflects your own journey in The Boys? And which character's personality or qualities could you see yourself most attracted to?
I don't know. How about you guys tell me? Of all the characters, if all the characters
awful
in
people,
The
awesome,
Boys,
wonderful,
who do you think
faith,
I'm most
understanding,
like?
losers, I mean lovers.
My true personality, what do you think? I don't want to tell
myself. We got Hive drunk AF Friday and he made some mistakes, lol.
You got him drunk and then he proceeded to eat Miracle Whip?
Fast and smart.
Sounds like
War
pretty
crimes.
crazy
War
Friday.
crimes were going to happen if I got them.
Insanity, thank you for the bits. Thank you, thank you. The deep, you think?
B is definitely the deep.
Why would you say the deep? Come on now, what's your theory for this?
If I were any character in The Boys, I would be the deep. B is 100% Homelander or Booker.
Hi, thank you for the donation. Cash Cow, thank you so much. Thank you. I really, really enjoy this headset. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of... It's hard for me to sit in this chair with these shoes.
No theory, just lols.
Insanity, thank you so much for the bits. Asian, daily message so B doesn't... Better show up. You better always show up, Asian. Or I'll be very sad. I'll be very upset. Simple, have you tried Flying Ember's hard kombucha? No, I don't think I've ever actually had kombucha to begin with. In all honesty, I don't believe that I have. What was I talking about? I can't even remember. I had something that I was gonna say, but I done forgot the majority of it. What was I talking about? I cannot recall. I had a statement I was gonna say, and now I can't remember. I've lost it.
Homelander. Inability to relate to emotional responses of others, but tries to do his best even with a challenging family background.
That was a very nice way to talk about Homelander.
Insanity is right about the deep you love eating octopus. Don't forget the aqua fresh.
Wallace, thank you for the bits. GX, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you.
Bianca, always keep that smile of yours. Don't let anyone get to you. You have to say I must break you just like Rocky IV.
Yeah.
Buttercup, you are always a kind-hearted soul, just remember that. You made this community.
I mean, I do think I am very kind, DX, but also too, I'm just so fed up with people, you know. Like that's one of the things too. It's like there's some people that I worked with as well, and it's like I've been very kind to you, and I have been over backwards far more than I ever should have. And it's like, and now you're showing me that you want to take advantage of my kindness, therefore I'm going to have to be more strict with you. You have done this to yourself. You think that I'm that person? I'm not that person, okay? I've been very nice to you. I've been very patient. Now, whenever it comes down to this, you know, I'm not playing this game anymore, okay? I was kind, I was nice. Don't try to take advantage of it. I mean, you dug your own grave here.
And possibly another.
I'm going MM. I don't know what is that? MM. Mother's milk? Like from the boys? Is that what you're referencing? What is this MM? Yeah, it's just so ridiculous. Don't take no crap, that's for sure. That's right. Yes. That is so true. I mean, but that's the thing. It's like you can be kind and then people will turn on you so quick and it's like, all right. No, I mean, I was nice to you, but also too, I mean, I'm not blind to you trying to take advantage of things.
100% butcher. She says I have an accent, but you can hear hers too, and you see how she can rage. Antisera tee Antisera troll.
PR, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Insanity B can unalive you in way too many ways. Yeah, you know, out of everybody in the boys, I'd probably say I relate the most to Homelander. I would definitely do that. I actually said that at work not too long ago. We were talking about like superheroes, like what superhero would be? I was like, if I had to say Homelander, and he's like, he was waiting for me to say I'm joking. I'm like, no, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Let the demons
Wallace,
out. Go scorched earth.
Killer bee. Just go on a warpath. Just go on an epic warpath. LG, are you trying to make friends with your coworkers? I have friends
Worried
with some
about
of my
a
coworkers.
long-term cabal? A group working to make your life harder because they jelly?
No, see, that's the thing too, is that they don't interact with each other per se. There's only a few people that are kind of difficult to deal with.
Craving attention from everyone and wanting to unalive them all? I only see the second half of that.
Insanity, thank you for the bits. Thank you, thank you. I mean, it's the same thing too. It's just like I say that at the hospital, like one toxic nurse can just sully the entire unit. And it's very much so this way, even here. I mean, it's literally anywhere. One person in a bad mood can just ruin everything. Or the one person wants to try to, like, I don't know, just try to stand their ground and kind of like alpha out about things. And it's like, whoa now. Whoa now. All right. No. Like this is not the way that this is about to play out. And that's just, it's one of those aggravating things, but you also have to nip it in the bud because it's like that animosity translates to everyone in the vicinity and you can't allow that stuff to happen.
I can see Homelander dealing with all the mud people. You are better. Okay, back to the strike. Why do I punish myself?
Why do we live? Just to suffer. Wallace, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Gaming, being too friendly to coworkers, especially in a management position. Exactly, which is why you have to keep it at a certain level. But even still, I mean, once again, like from a management standpoint, yes, you can't be too friendly with certain types of people.
I think him gets given the responsibility to look after everything, and deals the best he can, but also doesn't take crap. Very determined and particular in his ways.
Very true. MM is a very interesting character. I like MM.
Boy, do me and Wallace know about getting punished for one person's screw UPS. It's the worst.
Oh, from being in the military? I assume. But, yeah, it just takes, it does, Nikki. It takes one bad person to just say, like, it takes one bad person who gets away with too much for too long, and then people just don't want to say anything or they don't want to do things because they're all walking on eggshells because they're scared over, like, how that person is going to react. And you can't be that way. Like, it all needs to be, we all understand our role, we all understand what we're supposed to do, and you have to facilitate the goodness, not the chaos.
So both Plath and Starlight were attracted to men that weren't at their level. You're clearly S tier in brains, beauty, success, drive, everything but red mage skill. The probability of you finding...
Be happy with a Huey or a Ted.
If anything, he is bought international, the corporation or umbrella. So isn't human. She is an entity wanting to push humanity to its next evolutionary limits, no matter the cost.
Hi, thank you for the donation. Thank you. Pack. I don't really see people in terms of levels, I'd say. You know, because I don't think that physical attraction is everything. I think an emotional, a mental connection with somebody, I think, is the most important thing. And so I feel like on that level, I would want somebody who's on that level that I genuinely felt understood me, because I feel like that's usually the most difficult thing that people will say. You think I don't understand you? Yes, I do not think that you understand me. I think you understand the base level of what you see, but I do not think that you actually understand me. I'm not talking about you guys in particular. I'm just saying in general, like in my life. Yeah, just like in generality. I think people tend to see the words that you say, but they don't always understand the meaning that you're trying to get across. And sometimes it's very difficult to say and to land properly. You know, they have to have the capacity to see the things that you need them to see, but you also can't just spoon feed it to them, because that's not the right answer either. And it's not saying out of like just taking the information and not giving it to them because you just choose to be that way. I mean, it's just like truly like an understanding at a base level can be very, very difficult. James Bond, how are you doing? What is up? How are you? Huey wasn't below Starlight. I mean, Huey does irritate me quite a bit. And so does Starlight as well. I mean, I just think both of them are I enjoy their characters. Like, they're both young, and Starlight specifically in this most recent season, well, Starlight and Huey, they both irritate me a lot in this most recent one. I think they're extremely immature and they don't
Which is exactly why you're Homelander. All he really wants is to be understood, to be seen for more than his powers.
And to be loved and accepted. Very true, Pat. Very, very true. But I think that, yes, like quite often, like when somebody's speaking, like there's so much more than just the words that somebody says. There's a variance of different types of communication styles. And like to pay attention to patterns and trends of what people say, the way that they say it, what are they actually trying to communicate to you? Can you see that? Instead of just this base level of just like one layer of communication, there's this huge portion to it. So I think that, in a sense, if you can understand somebody, I don't think it matters what somebody physically looks like. Or like what their job is, or how successful they are, or anything like that. If you can relate and actually understand the way that that person thinks, like there are so many people that I see, it's like, I can tell you what you're gonna say before you ever say it. I understand you. I understand you. But quite often, I feel like people do not understand me, because it's more difficult to do that, I feel like people often lack that. And I'm not trying to say that I'm like a super edgelord or something, that I'm just so complex or something like that. I'm not saying that. But I just think it's a rarity that people will tend to only take the base level of things because it's much simpler. It's much easier to be that way. To just take things as they are, to take things at base level and not actually delve to see the actual person that's there. Because every person that I talk to, I think that person, you know, it's like, what did you go through childhood? What did you go through to see the world this way? Why do you see the world this way? You have your own hopes and dreams,
but
and
men
all of
by
that.
their
It's so
nature are
beautiful.
poor communicators. Have you met many males with the ability to truly listen and understand?
That just happens. Thank you so much for the follow. Cookies, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Pac, thank you so much for the bits. But men, by their nature, are poor communicators. Have you met many males with the ability to truly listen and understand? No. No, definitely haven't met many. Most certainly. But also, too, I haven't found many women that are capable of that either. Women will listen to a different degree and a different level, but it doesn't always mean that they're particularly better in a whole capacity, I feel like. Because they tend to be more emotional, they tend to think, and this is all just talking from base level, obviously not specifics. Newt, thank you so much for the follow, I really appreciate you.
Don't you find it a relief to not know what someone is going to say before they say it, and having someone who you can take the time to learn?
Yeah, that's the that girl is what makes life worth living to me. Truly. Like, to truly understand somebody so unique and so different. Why do you think this way? How do you perceive the world this way? How do we see the same event and you see it completely different than I do? That is so fascinating to me. So fascinating. But Pac, like what you were saying, I think that women say what they feel more often because they are extremely emotional as compared to their male counterparts. However, too, I mean, it's like, I still think that they kind of end up on the same plane because men may not speak out, but they still have the emotion, they just don't talk based on the emotion. But women will say things, but they'll also take things in a way that isn't necessarily meant to be taken that way. Sorry to interrupt. Kuro, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because from what I've seen, or it's like from my friends that I watch their dynamics and how they talk, it'll be usually, well, he said this and this is how I took it, but from watching the situation as well, it's like I can truly say that that's not the way that he meant it, you know. And that's the way too that I say that there's a multitude of ways to communicate. It's not just the things that somebody says. You have to take everything into account to be able to understand it. And if you understand somebody's mindset better, you're capable of understanding of what they're trying to convey to you versus just like, that upset me, or something just as a basic comment that somebody could take and like, oh, I take offense to that, or oh, he doesn't like me anymore, or something like of that vein. There's like just a whole spectrum of all this. Infamous, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Infamous.
But don't men have a lower EQ in general?
I mean, I don't really think that that's something that you can truly quantify, right? Like, even if you look at an IQ per se, that's still something that's not necessarily a good scale to assess this with. And I don't think that we ever truly will, on a scientific level, be able to use it to correlate to data specifically, right? Oh, look, now everything looks super purple. Who knows what's going on with my settings? But, I mean, I think that, one, there's a whole hormone panel that causes people to react differently, right? Like, that's typically because you have an increase of testosterone and so forth with men. They tend to be more aggressive, because that genetically and biologically has become that way through evolution.
As long as we all agree that boys rule and girls drool.
Hi, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I mean, you can say that they tend to be more aggressive. They're not always that way, but then also, too, we have these things, biologically speaking, that we have kind of adapted into a certain way, and so we have these generalities, but also whenever it comes down to just, that is crazy. My light's not flashing, but it's flashing on the screen for some reason. I don't know why. Crazy.
Also, Homelanders want to be understood is his weakness too, since he creates his own delusional world and void that can never be filled even if literally the entire world loves him. So being understood is thematically Homelanders.
It is a portion of Homelander, but it's not everything Homelander needs. I think he is very emotionally immature, and he's trying to grasp with that as he grows older, and then especially too becoming a father as well, and then also trying to raise somebody, and then wanting to be loved. I mean, it's a whole. He has like a huge. He's very fascinating mentally speaking.
Interpretation can be the downfall of a relationship. Be direct and blunt. Response and don't react. Have the deep conversations.
Wallace, thank you so much for the bits. And that's the thing too, like, you have to communicate, even if they're not gonna like it. Even if you get into that conversation that you're not gonna like this conversation, but it must be said, because you must be able to communicate openly. And likewise, that person you are discussing with should also be able to sit down calmly and listen to what you're saying. Wallace, thank you so much for the bits. Sin, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, Sin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you doing? Sin, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have missed you, Sin. We have missed you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sin.
But why do you think people don't understand you? I can't imagine you making a bad first impression.
It's not a bad first impression, PR. I mean, I think the impression you make is the impression that you willfully concoct and give to people. Wouldn't you say? Like when you start a job or when you meet somebody for the first time, you kind of have, this is me, right? This is like your little present that they can open up, and it's like, that's you. You've created it. You know what you're giving them. It's something on them if they decide to get to know you better, that they start to look at the intricacies of you.
No, the entire world doesn't love him. It's like saying the whole world loves Bee because she looks hot in scrubs. Nobody really takes the time to get to know Homelander, and he knows he's only loved for one facet.
I think that yes, there's just, psychologically speaking, there's so much to unpack with Homelander. So much to unpack.
Okay, I can chat again for a bit, lol. First, I say this all the time.
Lewis, welcome to the stream.
Is the key to
We're so happy to have you. How are you?
Second, people not understanding us past the mask is rare. I can say maybe.
Retsu, I would agree with you. Most certainly.
Can confirm even after 2 years I still don't understand you in the slightest. But I'm also brain dead.
It's okay, Insanity. I don't understand myself either. I literally don't. I try, but I don't understand myself either. ZD, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. Streets, what is up? Thank you so much for being a tier 3 sub for 24 months. How are you? How have you been? Thank you so much. Jay, thank you so much for the follow. PR, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was I gonna read? Yes.
Agreed 100%. For example, I walked into a room today with complete strangers looking grim and miserable. But I kept a smile on and they opened up. Only a bit.
Mm-hmm. And if you can understand what that person needs,
so communication,
you can get them to open up easier.
In both The Boys and Beljar, each relationship is marred by lying, like to Starlight or Kimiko or to Plath's Esther.
Mm-hmm.
How important is integrity in a relationship with Bianca, and can trust?
I mean, I think trust is literally everything. Truly. If you don't have trust, you have no foundation to stand on. None. That'll break everything.
Was up for a while doing errands, shipping a special gift, recovering my body before going to work at a very late hour today.
Sin, what? Oh my gosh. I hope you're like I hope you're able to get rest and to relax, because it just seems like you are constantly working and you're probably putting your body through so much, Sin. Please take care of yourself. Please try to rest. Please try to take a day off and just like get good food and relax and do things that you enjoy so that you can just breathe, Sin. Joey, thank you so much for the follow. Peter, thank you so much for the follow.
Is the University of B accepting applicants?
Biology.
I was thinking of studying biology.
Zesty, thank you for the bits. Eric, thank you for the bits.
B, do you hate it when you're in a conversation and someone interrupts you halfway through what you're saying?
Jesus Lord,
it drives me crazy, like what I'm saying doesn't matter.
Yes, I have that happen quite often at work. I've stopped it though.
Pot and kettle.
Kuro, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you. Retsu, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you.
Trust is literally everything. Do not lie, even if it gets you in trouble. If you are honest when it's bad, then it shows you are honest when you are kind.
Very
Senator,
true.
get some rest.
Senator Retsu, I agree. Eric, that is such a pet peeve of mine. That happened to me today. I was talking to, I was in the middle of a conversation. We were talking about this one doctor. She's like working on this paper that she needs to be writing. And so anyways, we're discussing, I'm helping her with her paper and to discuss some of her data. And this one girl just in the middle of the conversation just comes up with something random. Sin, it's hard for me to, Sen, thank you so much for the bits. I feel you there, Sen. At least know that I'm suffering along with you.
Speaking of interrupting, I don't know how you handle the bits interrupting you. I feel so bad when my bits interrupt, haha. Like now, for example, Retsu9 LOL.
Stop interrupting me, Retsu! I'm kidding. No, I don't mind. Sick, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. But so what ends up happening is, yeah, like, so with the interruption that drives me, like, insane.
People lie for fear of consequence. If you meet someone and fear tells you to lie, these are the people you know deserve the truth.
People do lie in fear of consequence, yes. And then also to try to attempt to resolve themselves of feelings of guilt.
I'm sorry, B. I can't help the bits. My finger just slipped.
Retsu, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you. Wallace.
The vastness of getting to understand B is like the ocean. I am ready to set sail and take this voyage.
Sweet.
Got my compass, following the northern star, and sextant.
Wallace, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
Being understood is so much more than verbal communication and understanding. It's
Very
a feeling
true,
that
Hive.
needs to be displayed through time, action, reaction, and understanding of not only events but how events will affect someone.
Yes. Fully agreed, Hive.
I'm ready to understand you, Bianca.
Hi, thank you for the donation. Daniel, thank you so much for the follow. Immortal, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yeah, okay, so I was in the middle of a conversation over this one doctor writing this paper. And so some people just don't have the fluency of understanding not to interrupt a conversation, especially when we're talking about something that is like quite important, and then to all of a sudden just be like, oh, hey, how's this? Or just like idle little chit chat. And then it's like, now is not the time. Now is literally not the time. Rain, thank you so much for being a sub for 19 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Meadow, how are you? And like likewise, the same individual. I was had so many meetings today. Streets, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Xander, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Retsu, thank you for the bits. Thank you, thank you. 100% Hive. This is where the physical phone calls that interacts matter so much. Mannerisms
100% Hive.
Yes.
This is where physical phone calls and interacts matter so much. Mannerisms and tics.
Yes.
Say multitudes more than just text or plain words.
Exactly.
Sorry for interrupting again.
Because one thing that drives me just so crazy. Carl, thank you so much for the bits.
But wait, B. Please can I offer my opinion on your half sentence, because it is clearly going to be relevant.
My half sentence? Go ahead, Kuro. I don't remember what my half sentence was though, however. But one thing just drives me insane is that people, like, let's take my family members, for instance, they're very emotionally immature. They have a lot of issues. They have no concern about what's going on in my life, the stress that I'm under, the things that I need to do, the level of chaos that is my life. Now, I do it willingly, okay? I do it willingly. But I mean, it's like no concept of the things that I'm going over. And then they'll give me these loaded statements or say these things to like try to guilt me into getting things a certain way. And it's just like, how you have no perception of other people, no perception. You have no perception of what's going on in my mind. And even if I keep it together, even if I'm smiling, even if I don't let my stress bleed on into other people, it doesn't mean that I'm not still experiencing it. It is hell being me. And then to have someone just be like, you know, like, oh, woe is me. It's like, hey, you know, it's not just you in this world, okay? It's not just you. Wonder, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Insanity, thank you so much for the bits. Did you hear this thing called self-deprecation? Sorry for having a real conversation. Self-deprecating jokes. Jiggly, how are you? But it just absolutely drives me crazy because that's one of the things that I even look at and it irritates me even in shows where it's like, you don't understand me, you don't know what I've gone through, but you also don't know what that person has gone through. Maybe they do understand you more. You don't have all of the information. You have no idea what's going on in their lives. You have no idea what's going on in their day. And then for people like my family members to send me just some crazy random things and have no care about how it's gonna affect my day or damage my day. And I'm like, and yet still, like when I say things, I think about what's going on in your world and your day and the way that these things are gonna land on you. Moogie, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you so much. PR, thank you so much for the bits. Hand, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Gamer, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
I honestly can't imagine anyone not wanting to understand everything about you. Your epic beauty aside only lures them in. But your ability to have an interesting conversation from any topic keeps me in awe every time.
I think some people don't have the capacity to try to understand people.
Can you just have 1 minute of silence just to admire bees being so beautiful?
Gamer, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Insanity, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Just repeat everything I say. Yeah. Oh. Insanity.
Oh, I had a conversation with the worst person I've ever met. They just repeated everything I said.
Cuddly.
I punched them and realized I broke the mirror.
Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you being here. Welcome. But yeah, I think PR, some people don't have the capacity to think on certain deeper levels. And that's not inherently wrong either. I mean, that's beautiful, like, right? Like there is ignorance and bliss, right? 'Tis folly to be wise, as the saying goes. But I mean, also too, it's scary to have that capacity, right?
Oh, I had a conversation with the worst person I've ever met. They just repeated everything I said. I punched them and realized I broke the mirror.
Thank you for the bits. Thank you, Kuro. Thank you. But I mean, it's just like being human, right? We're the only people, we're like the only living creature that has the notion that as the seconds tick by, we're closer and closer to an inevitable death. We will never escape that. We are aware of our own demise. And that's a terrifying feeling, right? So it's like if you have someone who doesn't have the capacity to experience these things, then isn't that beautiful in its own way? It's like a child's innocence. They have no idea of the world out there, you know? And it's beautiful when the world is magic and rainbows. LG, what do you think about people who want to know everything about the other but don't want them to know about you? I think actually at the core of people like that, they do want to be understood and they do want to be known, but I think that they don't want to be judged and they want to be accepted because sometimes, actually, I would say quite often, more likely. Crazy, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Thank you. People think that they won't be accepted or it'll be scary to know that real person.
Honestly, your deep thoughts and intelligence always impresses me. I've lost track of the amount of times in FC chat you had in awe.
PR, thank you so much for the bits. That means so much to me. Thank you. Eric, thank you so much for the bits.
The one thing I don't like to do to customers is if they leave a car with me when they go on vacation. I wait till their vacation is over before giving them bad news.
Oh, Eric. That is sweet of you. Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. But yes, I think that everybody inherently wants to be understood. And I think people who are shut off are the ones who want to be understood the most. Because it's almost impossible for you to fathom that somebody could actually understand you.
Okay, I'm heading out now.
Ungraspable.
Got to cook my burgers. Avocado sliced, onion sauteed,
Where's
and
my
sliced
burger?
Potatoes ready. Going fat kid mode. FYI chat. You are all amazing to.
Retsu, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Enjoy your burgers. I'm so jealous. Oh, man. You guys, I bought some more workout clothes today, and they're... had to reply
And
from
all
the
those
kids
time I
section
can
again.
barely see you from this window, so you know it's not just your smile.
PR,
But
thank
oh
you
man,
so much
that
for the
smile
bits.
less than 3.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much. DX, thank you for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Buttercups
So
and
much.
family only think of themselves. When say there is a perfect, they are lying. There is no such thing. Keep
There is no
smiling,
such thing as
Bianca.
perfection,
Please
that is
keep that
true.
heart of gold of yours. We all love the
DX.
buttercup.
Thank you so much for the bits. Noobs, what's up? How are you doing? Lion, how are
You
you?
have made me want to be understood, and in that journey I have bettered my life in every way possible. Physically, emotionally, mentally and spiritually. I'm getting raises, impressing everyone around me and
Hi, that is wonderful news. I am very impressed. I'm very
always know
happy
that you are a
I'm
purity
happy
of
for
light.
you.
I wish I could tell you the pain and hell I've been through the last 7 years before I met you, but you have filled that void and made me better through our talks. And for that you will always be loved, Antisera.
Luke, I am so happy that I have helped you in any way, Luke. That literally means the world to me, truly, that I have made any positive impact on anyone here. Luke, that means so much to me. And
No
Hive,
worries,
I'm
Monday
so
will make you
genuinely
feel a
happy
lot
for
better.
you.
If everything
I'm so
goes
happy for
smoothly.
you.
Plus, if I don't push myself then you won't be able to see my bicep vein, lol lol lol.
Send no worries Monday. The bicep vein, that is hilarious. Sen, thank you thank you so
I'm
much
sorry,
for the
I can't do
bits.
the intellectual convos with y'all.
Sen,
I'm mentally
95,
limited to just making
welcome.
dumb
Welcome
jokes
to the
and talking
stream.
mess on myself. But I do love to hear these big brain talks.
You're capable of intellectual conversations, Insanity. That you are.
I am happier than you
Promise.
know just because you exist.
Kuro. Y'all are so sweet. My heart. Pack, I found most people want to be understood, but few do the work to truly understand another. I think it has a lot to do with what we talked about, a
Sen
level of
nicknamed his ding
narcissism.
dong bicep, D.
Hi, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was just making sure I could see these. Yeah, it's quite interesting. People are quite fascinating. Quite fascinating. But it is very true. Most people do not take the time to actually understand people, which is also something that just kills me inside. Especially too, I feel like one of the things that drove me insane is back when I was in nursing school and I did like my pediatric and adolescent psych rotations, like one thing that would just blow me away is that so many children compare themselves to other people, and it's like these social constructs of how somebody should look, and it's like if you don't have this type of aesthetic then for somehow like you're not attractive. But I feel like it's flaws on people that make them so beautiful. I feel like it's these things that make you unique, that make you so genuinely unique. And I love that about people, and I think it's so beautiful, and I think we should promote
The
that.
impact you've had on all our life is immeasurable. The way you view the world is so unique and amazing. And you've left us all the better just for spending time with you.
Zesty, that is so sweet of you. Thank you so much, Zesty. Thank you. Papa, thank you so much for the follow. And Duck, thank you so much for the follow. I'm so happy to have both of you here. Welcome. But that's just something that always killed me inside, because it's like in that adolescence, in that stage, whenever you're fighting for acceptance into society, since humans are societal creatures, it's just so heartbreaking to me. Or two, it's like working in trauma for so many years and you have people who have horrific scars, and to me it's like that makes you so much more beautiful in my eyes, that you have overcome this, and it's like a physical manifestation of things that you've succeeded. And it breaks my heart when people see themselves as less than something because they don't fit a certain aesthetic or so forth, so forth. I was gonna say so far and so forth, but I mean, it's just, I don't know, And I think often too, because sometimes people just look at base levels and it's like, that person's hot, that person's like not hot. Who's to say?
I had an opportunity recently to explain why I think you're so awesome. I went off on that topic for a bit, but my best example why was this community.
That's so
The responses
sweet.
from everyone here are always so heartwarming.
That is so sweet, PR. Thank you so much for the bits. That means so
But
much
with that,
to me.
I do have to get going to D&D.
Thank you.
Have a great
so
rest
much.
of stream and see you next week.
this is actually gonna have to be the end of my stream. I streamed too long. I have a super early morning tomorrow. I have to be up at the crack of dawn. My goodness. But I love you guys so much. It has been insane that I guess, go on these tangents. It's just, I don't know how I always get on these tangents. I mean, but I love them. I mean, I genuinely enjoy them. And I love talking about it.
So a friend of mine
Things like
says,
this.
to be understood you need to be understanding. Like in Beauty and the Beast, do you think to be truly loved you need to learn how to love?
Yes. Yes and no. I'll answer that and that'll be the last thing I answer. DX, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. So much. Thank you.
Bianca, how is the life-size model of you coming along? Was that the news you wanted to tell us? Don't go to bed angry, Bianca.
That is true.
Just
Don't go
laugh.
to bed angry. Don't go to bed angry. Wallace, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you.
Bianca, you have changed the world for all us for the better. Starting today though, I am going to change heaven and earth for you. Finally a heart and soul worth fighting for.
That's so sweet, Wallace. Thank you so much. Pack, to be understood, you need to be understanding. This is what I'm gonna say on that. There's two portions to this, okay? This will be the last thing that I answer. Eric, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you.
Have a good night, be sweet dreams.
Some people are far easier to understand than others. That is just a reality of life. And if anybody tells you any different, that's a blatant lie. I mean, you can see it. Some people, it is truly like ignorance is bliss. Like some people function on a very, like what they feel, what they think, they speak, they say to you. It is not
Carrot
that
what they
complex.
said, and nice butt.
A carrot what they said. Nikki, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Lion.
Love crazy 2 years already, less than 3.
Thank you so much, Lion. Thank you so much for being a sub for 24 months. Thank you so much. Thank you, Susie. Thank you so much for being here. PR, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Still met me after 16 months later. We all love our Queen Bee. That is so sweet of you. But I think, yeah, some people are easier to understand than others. There are people who also think they're very simple to understand, but are actually deeper than they actually are. And sometimes you need another person to see pieces of you because you're not capable of getting them yourself. And I think that's kind of what completes a person, truly.
Gigantic ding dong hive move.
Hi, thank you so much for being a sub for 25 months, Hive. Thank you. So much. Thank you. But like I've always said, I do think that the most important thing to life is feeling understood, like genuinely understood. But I think what completes somebody is, I think, that there has to be someone who is capable of seeing things that you're incapable of seeing about yourself. It's almost like other people in the world have pieces that cohesively make you a whole. And I think in that sense, you must be understanding to be understood, kind of like how you said, Pac. Because you must reciprocate back what they give to you, right? If you are pouring yourself in to truly understand somebody, to focus on why they pick this over that, why do they react this way in these situations? Why do they look at the world this way? Why do they see the painting that way? Why are they listening to this music? You know, read the lyrics, understand the lyrics, understand the cadence of the song. Put all these pieces together and try to truly understand that person. And you must do that for them to be able to be capable of reciprocating it back if they have the capacity to do so. Some people do not have the capacity to do that. It's not within their wheelhouse. And you can't force that on them, because they'll never be capable of it. We all have a different type of fluidity and capacity. Aguilar, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. This is gonna have to be the end of the stream here. Let's see if I have anybody here to raid. Don't think I do. I don't think I have anybody to raid.
Love that and completely agree. Thank you, your thoughts are always refreshing. Pack,
thank you so much for the bits. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, So for next week, streams will be normal time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
by the way,
7
today
p.m.
is
CST.
day 90 of no FF for you. You better check that subscription.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start streaming Final Fantasy, because I think that's gonna be the only time I'd be capable of playing it is when I'm streaming. Sam, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Insanity, thank you so much for the bits.
5B Sadness Streamlabs, no read my last message, but A, have a good weekend, B.
Insanity, I'm sorry. Insanity, thank you so much for the bits. And thank you so much for the bits.
Have the most epic night and the rest of your week. All Might and I know that you'll do outstanding things. Remember, Monday will be a special day for you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Sin, thank you so much for the bits. Please do not overwork yourself. And I know that I overwork myself, so I know I'm probably saying that too. You're gonna do the same thing I'm doing. But no, I'm suffering.
You can't stream the house until you fix it.
Sin, thank you so much for the bits. PR, I know I have to get back. I have to check the house. The house was so freaking epic. But I love you guys so much. Stream will be same time next week, 7 p.m. CST, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm gonna get back to, I have no choice but to stream Final Fantasy. That's the only time I'm actually gonna be able to play. Dead, thank you so much for the follow. I love you guys so much. You guys mean absolutely everything to me. Have an absolutely wonderful weekend. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next Tuesday.